Happy Friday. Play this out here. So yeah, I've got my three cornerstone indicators built, and I just want to give you a quick taste of how it looks. So you can see in the morning, I fired up a short right here again. This is just on speed, and then I'm going to slow it down and talk about some things in general. But just look how awesome this is. You get this trade all the way from the 6/8 all the way down to the 4/8, which is one of the most powerful numbers. And then you could be scalping off the 4/8 down to the 3/8. I wouldn't recommend that, but you could. You can see how you definitely get be scalping it a little bit. And then now you'll see it's kind of like chipping. And then look at this. You're going to get a signal. Look at that. Look at that long signal. You could be long it there, and you're going to get right almost to that to the 5/8. Not quite, but it gets really close. So you could be taking off some profit there. I did jump on a little bit a trade there. But anyway, just want to give you a rundown, and here's some more analysis. There's always the main question that I ask myself, and I ask the internet, I ask AI, and the question is, why do most traders fail? And usually it comes down to they're lost, they're trading in the middle of chaos, reacting to noise, and they really have no idea what the real market moving levels are. So this is where, again, I think I've discussed the GAN levels a lot, but still, this is what I call the oracle, the map. And this gives us the levels that I'm talking about. So we can kind of move this down a little bit for now because I don't really care about this indicator for the moment. That's right, 30 contracts. So you can see if I just turn these off, the signals are still good, right? In fact, we could turn off the signals for now. You just use the map. The map, this is the where, right? We want to be trading, and you can see I jumped in a little bit late because I was on the road doing some stuff. But you can see how good it is when you're trading at the where. You could have shorted this morning. So okay, let's say that. So this morning you could have shorted at this 6/8. Came all the way down. You could have shorted at the 4/8 and grabbed some nice points there. You could have actually gone long at the 3/8. So you have 1 where point, 2, 3 this morning. And look at this long here. I mean, I'm in late here, but you could have been long off the 4/8 at 144. You'd be up 30 points, right? That's pretty awesome. So, are you always going to get GAN to GAN? No, but often you will. And this really comes down to nothing crazy, right? This is based on using sacred geometry of W D GANs, square 144, right? This map dynamically calculates the market's hidden structure. Yeah, you can draw lines, sure, right? You can draw lines, support resistant lines, but these are anchors to the previous day, and then you can even select the week. There's different options you can select, so you can base it on previous week, previous day, week, rolling back. So you have options. I like the previous day because it's just the most powerful for me in my trading. So and it's going to create these 4/8, 6/8, 2/8. And as I've discussed, this 4/8 is one of the most powerful levels that you can use. As you can see, I'm taking a little drawdown just as a practice trade. But really, if I was here at the computer, I would have been long at 144, just killing it, or break even. And so, really, this is the blueprint. I really think, even if you don't use my indicators, I think you need to find a structured indicator that's subjective, that's non-repainting, that gives you accurate zones where buyers and sellers agree to do battle. And so this is your where. It's so critical to have that. You've got to have your where. And so even by itself, if you look at it, it's one of the most powerful structured tools I've ever used. And I've been using GANN for almost over a year now. So it just gives you that edge you need. And then we build upon that, right? So then we have the pulse, which is another momentum, kind of like where you want to be. And then ultimately we add on some triggers. So you can see the trigger fired right near the 4/8, fired near the 6/8. So you get a lot of confidence when a trigger fires near a GANN. And then even more, this is just so powerful. So it's just really awesome to provide these kind of tools. And I really think you'll benefit, even if you don't use mine. Mine are very inexpensive, only $47 a month. And you're getting some of the most robust tools I've ever, I love these tools. So anyway, that's a quick video today. I appreciate your time and have a great Halloween. Take care.